If you meet these people that just, here's Cindy, take my stuff. Okay, I will. Hello there. Hi guys, how's it going? If you don't know who I am, I'm Cindy Krause with Krause House Thrift and Thrift. I've been a reseller since 2001, and I'm talking on this channel to you about tips, tricks, and topics, things that'll make you a better reseller or help you get motivated to start reselling. I haven't been on YouTube for a while. I've been kind of busy and been kind of in a little bit of a funk, like, oh, I don't feel like making a video today. But I have been working. I've been listing on eBay every day, and I've been up to 10 items a day listed, usually between 3 to 10, depending how busy I am that day or what I feel like. And I've been getting at least 2 sales a day. Sometimes I'm getting 7 or 8 a day. It's been great. Now, they're not all high dollar sales, unfortunately, but there's been quite a few, so it does add up. I did sell a book for $50. I've had this book for over a year. My husband John and I found it at a thrift store when we lived in Buell, Idaho. We would thrift at the bigger city near us, Twin Falls. And you know, if you guys watch my videos from way back, you know I used to love this thrift store. It was called the Mustard Seed. John and I'd go there all the time, and we bought this book for $10, hoping we could flip it for over $200, because that's what it was worth, but had no interest on it, so I kept lowering the price. I had it like $60, and this person bought it using my promotion, I believe, and got it down to $50. So I was happy about that. 10 into 50, I'll do that all day. And to get an item out of my store that I've had for over a year, yay. And then I sold something else. I'll do a little research. I'll pop that up on the screen, but I believe it was a $20 item. And I found another Ian Fleming book when my husband and I were sourcing in the Dalles last week. I had a dermatology appointment, and they were the only place that would take my insurance, and that's an hour and a half, well, almost 2 hours from us. So we love the Dalles, Oregon, and so we thought we'd do a little thrifting. And I got this from Russia with Love by Ian Fleming. You guys might recognize that as a James Bond film. It was started as a book. And because I sold Goldfinger by Ian Fleming a few weeks ago for over $20, I thought I'd get the same for this. It did end up selling for $15, but it sold within a couple days, so I'm fine with it. So now whenever I go to thrift stores or any place with books, I'm looking for Ian Fleming books. So it's a good bolo for you guys. They will definitely sell, and usually over $15. So, and I did find a bunch of books at a local thrift store I went to. I've sold some of them, but not for a high dollar. Anyway, today I want to talk to you guys about where to find these items, where to source these items that you need to list on eBay or any of the other platforms you're selling on. And so I made a little list, and I thought I would go through them all. Some of them might be obvious to you, but I still thought I'd bring them up just in case you got a newbie reseller watching this and they need to know where to source. The first one is kind of obvious. It's your home. When I first started reselling, I just looked around my house and found things that I already owned, and I just started listing them. And I've done that the whole time I've been reselling over, well, 21 years. I've tried to find things in my home or in my storage unit that I could sell. In fact, my husband and I did we took a drive to our storage unit the other day, and I found a bunch of things that I'm going to be listing on eBay. Things that have been sitting in storage for years and I'm not using. I've really tried to change my mindset. I was holding on to a lot of things because I loved them, they were pretty, or that I really liked them for whatever reason, thinking, oh, the next time we move, we get a bigger house, we can put them in there. Well, I'm changing that mindset. I'm forcing myself to list things that I am not using. Now, not everything. There are things I say that I definitely know I will use in the future, but just like pretty items or items, maybe I'll use them in the future, but who knows if I will. So I'm listing them. I just sold something recently that I really liked, and it sold, and I'm like, I don't care. I want the money. So otherwise it's just money sitting in your home or your basement or your storage unit, wherever. You might as well get some money for that, and then use that money to buy something else to flip on eBay or what other platform you use. So home, obviously, just comb your house. Ask your kids, ask your husband if you have one, or roommates, whatever. Say, hey, is there anything you're not using or you want to sell? I'll give you part of the profit. You could do that with your kids too, their old toys or video games or whatever. That's definitely a great way to source, is in your own home. And the item is pretty much free. I mean, you probably paid something for it at some point, or maybe somebody gave it to you. That's the best, when somebody gifts you an item and then it's pure profit to you. Next one is the thrift store, and I talk about that all the time. One of my favorite places to thrift. Most cities have thrift stores. Now the smaller cities won't, but there's usually like a bigger city you could travel to hit the thrift store. My husband and I have hit thrift stores all around the cities near us, and even in the Portland area, and we get our favorites, the ones that always do well for us when we go there. We could always find a treasure or something we could flip online. So, and it's just really fun. The thrill of the hunt, it is a real thing.
Thrill of the hunt, hey Dawson?
Like I put in my intro, the thrill of the hunt, it really is a real thing, and it's so much fun. And for most resellers, it's their favorite part of reselling, is the shopping. Not for everybody, but for me it definitely is. But I like all of it. I'll take it all. I don't mind the listing or the shipping or the photographing or whatever. I'll take it all. So thrift stores, definitely check those out. You can Google your local thrift stores, or maybe you have to travel to go to them, but take a day and hit all the ones in that bigger city. So you're not just going to one, you're hitting a bunch. So you're getting as much as you can. And if you're in a small city, you're probably gonna have to take a day and just hit them all, and just do that once a week. Obviously, if you're in a bigger city, you're not gonna have a problem finding a thrift store. And the local thrift stores usually have the better priced items. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys, I just went on an interview today with Salvation Army, which is about 2 minutes from my house. And they were hiring a person to work in the store, like to do cashiering, take in the donations, pricing, straightening, organizing, cleaning, etc. So I guess the advantage I have is they already knew me, because I've been going there for the past year sourcing. John and I go in there sometimes together, or I just go by myself. So they already know me, and they know I'm a reseller, but they got an idea of my friendly personality, and I already knew the manager. So it was a very easy interview. She said she had a few more interviews today and tomorrow, and she's going to decide probably by the end of next week. So we'll see. It's just a part-time job, 24 hours. I just thought it would be nice for me to get out of the house and make a little extra money, because as you probably know, eBay is not consistent as far as what you get every week for a payout. So we'll see. I prayed about it. It's in God's hands. If I'm supposed to get it, I'll get it. All right, the next place is yard sales, garage sales. Unfortunately, John and I have not been to any of those this year. We didn't really get to many last year because we were moving in July. And it's really hot now. It's like, unless we get up really early, and we're not early people, to go out, it's going to be hot by the time you get out there. So John suggested we go in September. But I'm hoping we'll have a cool day here and there where we can go. Because I live in a smaller area, there's not a ton of yard sales here, but there are a few, and I've seen a lot of them advertised on Facebook Marketplace. So that is the place, the best place, I think, to Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist to find local yard sales. And you can also do what John and I used to do when we lived in the Twin Falls area. We just drive around and we find signs all the time. You know, I'd like map out where we're going, and we'd end up finding a whole bunch on our way, and we didn't even hit the ones I wrote down. So if you want to just wing it and drive around, you can, but I recommend you look at the ads that are placed on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, and it'll tell you what they're selling. So that's important. You know, you want it to be in your niche, you know, whatever you're selling on eBay or your reselling platform. And then you get an idea of what they're selling. Go, oh, well, it's just mostly baby clothes, or it's mostly automotive. You know, that's really not my niche, so I can skip that one. But they're super fun, and you're going to get the best prices at those yard sales and garage sales, and people will negotiate. So don't be afraid to negotiate. But I only negotiate when I feel the item is a higher price and I'd like to get it lower. If it's priced fairly, I don't ask to reduce it. You know, these people are trying to make a profit. I don't want to begrudge them that. If I feel like it's a fair price, I'm going to pay that. So don't go to yard sales and just start, you know, bargaining them down. Maybe like a $2 item, 50 cents or something. Just pay them what you think the item is worth. If it's overpriced, then you ask for a discount. Or you could lot things up together and then just say, hey, what's my bundle price? And a lot of times you get better deals. I've done that many times. You gather up all the stuff you want and they just give you a bundle deal. So you're paying much less than you would if you pay for those items individually. So super fun. Check out yard sales and garage sales. Mostly going to be during summer, springtime, depending where you live. I know places like Florida have them year round. I have winter weather, so we don't have them in the winter. So this is the time to go, and I'm really itching to go. What to do that? And then my husband works on the weekend, so I don't always want to just go out by myself. So I wait for him. He's my sourcing buddy for yard sales. So we'll be going soon. I'll let you guys know. Estate sales, I don't go there very often, but they are all over and they always advertise. There's good and bad with those. The bad is they high prices, because they're, you know, a lot of them are like antiques or nice furniture or nice items that, you know, are worth a lot of money. So the prices usually are fair, not always, but I'm not looking to spend a ton of money. I want the bargain, I want the deal. But I have found things at estate sales. It just depends. And if I see signs for them, I go check them out. They're really fun, actually. And you meet a lot of nice people, and you get to see people's stuff, the way they lived, what they owned. It's kind of cool. I do enjoy estate sales. And it's just, you can negotiate at estate sales just like at yard sales, garage sales. So I wouldn't be afraid to do that. Okay, rummage sales. That's my absolute favorite. I put that up with thrift stores because rummage sales are usually a church organization. They're just trying to raise some money, and they have people in the congregation come in and bring all these items, and they lot them together, and then they have a big rummage sale. And they are not looking to price things high. They want to get rid of these items. So they've got some of the best prices you'll ever see. And John and I went there several years ago. Like, I think we were dating. We weren't even married yet. We went to one in Beaverton. And it was great. We had so much fun. Oh, no, I think we were newly married now that I think about it. Anyway, we had so much fun. We got this joystick for like 50 cents or $1. We sold it for over $100 to a guy. I can't remember where he lived. It was international. And that was super fun. We found a lot of things like that at rummage sales. And the people are really nice, and it's just fun. You know, you got good Christian people there, and It's awesome. You can find some amazing deals at rummage sales. The problem is they're usually more plentiful in the bigger areas. I'm kind of in a medium town. I don't know if they're going to have a lot of rummage sales here, and you got to really look for them to advertise. I don't know if a lot of them do advertise on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist. They might just put signs up or advertise through their church. So, you know, if you could find one, good on you. Check it out for sure. Auctions, I've never been to a live auction. I've always wanted to go. I know certain people and resellers on YouTube go. I know Misty from Vintage Hunter, Thrifter, Junker, if I get that name right. I always kind of flip the words. She's been to some, and some other YouTubers I watch have been to. And Rally Roots have been. Got some things at some live auctions. You could get a deal. Like, if nobody's bidding on that item, you could get it for a great price. I don't know where the nearest auction is, but I'll have to check it out. I've always wanted to go to one. I just haven't been yet. Definitely could get some great deals at auctions. Okay, so online, I've purchased a lot of things online to resell. You get things on eBay, get things on Amazon, get things on Whatnot. Goodwill has auctions. You can even try that. Oh, I've heard other companies, there's auction companies where you can bid on items. You can also buy lots of things, pallets of things, boxes, with things in them, mystery boxes, or boxes of things like remotes or plush or clothes, or there's a plethora of places you could source from online. And if you're in a small town, that's what I would recommend. Just buy your items online, and then you don't have to look for a thrift store or for another place to source. I just thought of another one I was going to add. During the pandemic, I had to be creative because thrift stores were closed and people weren't having yard sales. My traditional methods of sourcing, I couldn't do. So I would go to places like Big Lots. They have like a health and beauty section that's like clearance. I also went to Target. Target has some great clearance aisles. I think I sold some like adult diapers once, like a whole bunch of them. And, the person loved getting those. You could, definitely look at the end caps. That's where they have the clearance items a lot of times. You could also source at Walmart. They have clearance items. You could sell not only health and beauty, but you also could sell food items, non-perishable. Like I've listed this syrup. It's like Mrs. Butterworth's Pebbles and Bam Bam syrup. It's so sickening sweet. I haven't sold it yet, but you can list all kinds of stuff like that. You could even do retail arbitrage. You can go to TJ Maxx, Ross, Marshalls. John and I used to go there, and we go to the clearance section. One time we bought a whole bunch of Seattle Seahawks caps, winter caps, scarves, and we were going to see our family for a birthday, so we gave them a whole bunch. We have a picture of them all. If I can find it, I'll put it on here, of them all wearing their scarves and hats, because we're in the Pacific Northwest. So Seattle, we're we're a lot farther from Seattle, but my family's about 2 to 3 hours from Seattle. So those sold. Some of them sold quickly, and some of them took a lot longer to sell, so I probably wouldn't pick them up again. But we've sold some other clearance items at this place. So if you want to do retail arbitrage, and I'll put the definition on the screen, you can do that. I have done it. It is nice to sell new items, but that is not my main thing. I'm a reseller, meaning I resell items. So I sell generally gently used items. Sometimes there's new items, but retail arbitrage can be fun though. And I know a guy that's all he does on YouTube. He goes to Walmart and he just gets like clearance toys and all kinds of things. And he sells on Amazon. So he makes a killing doing that. If that's something you want to do, you could definitely look into that. All right, the last one is going to share friends and family. Tell everybody you know, not everybody you know, but Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell your family, everybody you're a reseller. If they have anything they want to get rid of, ask them to not donate it to like Goodwill or to a thrift store, but to give it to you. And a lot of times they're happy to do that. And if it means you're going over to their house to get it, great. Sometimes I've seen YouTubers go to someone's house and then they buy out their closet. They, spend $1,000 or whatever. They say, I'll give you this certain amount of money for this certain amount of items. They do that. You could definitely do that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people that were going to donate these items anyway, so they're not looking to get money for them. So why don't they donate them to you instead of a thrift store? And a lot of times it's easier for them because you can come pick it up and take it off their hands. So I've gotten several things from friends and family. They say, oh, sell this on you. You can have it, resell it, whatever. They just want to get rid of it. Not everybody's a reseller. A lot of people, that's why the thrift stores are full of items that people have donated. These are people who are not resellers. Although I'm a reseller and I've donated a lot. But a lot of people, they don't want to resell it. They don't want to get on eBay or wherever and get these things sold. They just want to get rid of it. So that's good for us. So if you meet these people that just, here's Cindy, take my stuff. Okay, I will. And I've done that over years. It's been great. So yeah, those are great ways you can find items to source, to sell. And then the last one I just thought of was find out when people are the last day of their garage sale. It's usually Sunday. A lot of people don't do Sunday. So it could be Saturday or Sunday. Go at the end of the day or go at the last day, and they just want to get rid of the stuff. They don't want to put it back in their garage or back in their house. So if you show up right when they're going to close up, they'll say, take it. And that's happened to me before. It's been great. Or after they've closed up everything, they leave everything out in their yard, on their lawn, and they put free. I've done that a few times. It's been so much fun digging through people's, well, they call it junk, but for us, one man's junk is another man's treasure.
Everything is usable. One man's junk is another man's treasure.
So to us, it's treasures we could sell and make money on. So I hope this gave you guys some great ideas on where to source, where you can find these items that you can list on eBay, Mercari, Poshmark. There's Depop, there's Grail, there's Facebook Marketplace. There's tons. Whatnot. I haven't done Whatnot again yet. I'm still thinking about it. But if this is what you want to do, you really want to be a reseller, I should say. Do you really want to be a reseller? Could be my thumbnail. This is what you got to do to find those items to source. And try not to have a death pile. Don't get too much stuff that you can't list it. If you have a lot of stuff, just work on it every day to get that death pile gone. Get them all listed so you could go out and source again. So thanks for listening, you guys. If you haven't subscribed, I appreciate it if you'd subscribe. Send me a comment. I'm not going to do music anymore. I was told that it's too loud and distracting, so I won't put music on my videos. If I do, it's when there's no talking. So love you guys so much. I hope you're having an amazing day, a great summer, and I will talk to you next time. See ya. Bye.